Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be an oil painting of a strawberry. In my last video, I talked about oil paints and the supplies that you need to use them, and it got really deep. There's a lot of information. It was a little bit complicated, so I just wanted to show you guys that it doesn't have to be that complicated. This is going to be a really simple painting of a strawberry, and I'm going to show you all the supplies in action. I'm not going to go in depth about the supplies. I'll tell you what I'm using, but if you want to learn more about the supplies, go ahead and watch that last video. I'll link it below. This one is going to be mostly focused on the painting. So let's go ahead and get started. From left to right on my palette, I have sap green, cadmium yellow, raw umber, burnt sienna, alizarin red, titanium white, and liquin. Liquin is the mixative I'm going to be using today. So I used my palette knife to mix some of that in with my cadmium yellow, and now I'm sketching out where the strawberry is going to be. If you're doing like a scene or a landscape and you're going to cover the entire canvas, a lot of times your first step will be to cover the entire canvas with a base coat. But if you're not doing that, if you want to leave your canvas blank like I am, then you can skip to the next step of outlining, and you're just going to want to use a light earthy tone for that. I'm using yellow because I knew it would look good behind the red and the green leaves. Next, you're going to take your main colors, which for me is the red of the strawberry and the green of the leaves, and you're just going to paint that entire section a solid layer of that first color. So even though I'm using oil paint and that usually takes a very long time to dry, I mixed in a lot of liquid, which makes it dry a lot quicker. So before I even move on to the leaves, I'm going to start blending in that burnt sienna, just so I know that the red hasn't dried at all. So I'm going to blend it mostly on the left side of the strawberry, but around all the edges, and a lot darker at the top under where the leaves are going to be. This is just helping create the dimension. I'm only using a little bit of the burnt sienna. You can see I'm blending it in. It almost just looks like a dark red because I'm using so little and I have so much of that liquid mixed in with it, which really thins it out. It also makes it look glossy, so I kind of wanted that look for the strawberry. You can see on the leaves where I'm starting to add the green in, you can actually see the yellow behind it because I have it so thinned out. And that's just how I like to do it. I like to start off thin and then build up as I go. That's just my personal approach. I even use the same approach when I'm using acrylic paint or any other kind of paint, because if I'm looking at a painting, like say with one of these leaves, when I'm looking at it, it has like 4 different colors on it. It might have green, brown, white, yellow, even another type of green in it, and it's just really intimidating, like which one do I start with? Do I start with a little bit of each? So if you just add all the green, then you go back with all the brown and you just build up as you go. Then once you have gotten further along, then you can really go back and worry about those details. It's just a place to start, and that's where I struggle with the most, is where to start on the painting. So if you think I'm doing a strawberry, I just need red and green and I can start and just get going. That really helps me. Like with this painting here, all we've done so far is lay down the red and the green and take some burnt sienna around the edges, and it already is coming together and looking like a strawberry. Next, we're going to go in with some cadmium yellow. We're not actually putting any yellow on the canvas, we're mixing it with the green. So kind of common sense, but I just wanted to point out that you don't need to mix every single shade you need. You can just kind of mix it on the painting. So none of these leaves are going to be pure cadmium yellow. They're just going to be like mixed into the green that's already on there. And we're also going to add some titanium white where like the pure highlights are. Every time I do a painting, I like to give myself some constructive criticism and think about something I could do better next time. So for this one, it's definitely going to be the shadow work on the leaves. I'm kind of just playing it by ear and doing where I think it looks pleasing. And if I want to do a realistic painting, I really should be thinking about where the light source is and where the shadows should actually fall. So that's something I can work on because I'm sure these shadows aren't technically in the right spots. Speaking of spots, now I'm putting little yellow spots on the strawberry for the seeds. You're going to want to make sure they're staggered, but that they're also not perfectly spaced. That's why I started on one side and then I moved to the other. That way, just when they come together in the center, they won't line up completely. So I took a medium-sized brush and I'm just putting dots of cadmium yellow on the entire strawberry. I should also mention that I mixed some white in with the cadmium yellow just so it wasn't so bright. You can also mix a little bit of a brown or tan in if you want, but this is just cadmium yellow and white. And now I'm taking a detail brush and I'm pulling those blobs of paint down just to make them like even, and seeds are usually long ovals instead of circular, so I'm just cleaning it up a little bit. And we have already made it to the last step. See, I told you this would just be a little easy painting of strawberry that anyone could follow along with. So we're going to highlight the actual strawberry. We have our titanium white, and we're going to go around the divots of each seed, making sure to leave some red because that seed is indented in the strawberry. We're going to have two big areas of highlight, and then we're going to go around each seed individually and just put a little mark just to show that they're indented onto the strawberry. I love when I'm painting things that have a bunch of repetitive details like this and tiny little details to paint. It's so relaxing. I also really love painting fruit. I think it's like the perfect still life. That's why everyone does it, because they have bright colors. There's so many different fruits out there and no two fruits look the same. So it's a really good, if you want to like find something just around the house to do a quick painting, a fruit is a great option. So now I'm finishing up with a little bit of burnt sienna. And with that, we are done. If you came from the supplies video, I hope you enjoyed seeing the supplies in action. I hope to do a more in-depth oil painting here in the future. Like I said, I just wanted to do this one for fun to show you guys. So I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.